got our number?
Here in beautiful Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you're watching the SEC on ESPN. The sun splashing down for the rubber match. The third-ranked Sooners come to town. Previously had won 22 games in a row until yesterday as LSU tries to win a series at home against the all-powerful OU Dynasty here at Tiger Park. We'll take it back in time. Friday night, the place to be right here. Jayla Lassiter, the home run, gave LSU the early advantage. The classic backflip. But here comes Oklahoma late. A sac fly. Abby Dayton 3-2 the final. Then yesterday, another pitcher's duel. Kylie Edwards to straightaway center field. That was the difference in a 3-1 victory by the Tigers. So glad you could join us alongside of the two-time Olympic gold medalist Michelle Smith. I'm Roy Philpott. Been a fun week in the rubber match today. LSU playing some good softball right now.
Oh, they've been playing some great softball. They've pitched really well. How about giving up just 3 earned runs against one of the, if not the most powerful offenses in the entire nation? And this is a big deal for them in this rubber match. Opportunity to possibly pick up a series win against a top 5 team. They haven't done that since 2022.
Yeah, this Oklahoma offense has been on fire to start this season until this weekend. Pick your poison, Michelle, when it comes to the power hitters.
Oh, there's poison all up and down this lineup. Ella Parker in that top of the lineup has just been outstanding with 15 home runs. Gabby Garcia as well. A lot of power. The shortstop's been outstanding on both sides of the ball. Cassidy Pickering, just the experience. Another lefty heavy bat. But how about Kendall Wells, the freshman? 25 home runs. In fact, she's just 1 home run away from setting an SEC record. And again, just a freshman. This is a juggernaut of an offense, a team batting average well over 400. Those 129 home runs, fastest to hit that number than any team ever in our sport.
That is what OU softball is all about this year. Kendall Wells, you talked about her. That number is not a misprint with 25 long balls this season, her first campaign. She will move up a couple of spots in Hall of Famer Patty Gasso's lineup today, batting second behind the leadoff Kai Miner, who bats in that position for the 3rd time this year.
Well, we talked about freshmen in Wells. Kai Miner, also a freshman. In fact, the freshmen, they account for 49. That's right, 49 of the 129 home runs on this Oklahoma team.
In the circle, CeCe Salura. We saw her on Friday, the junior righty out of California, and has put up outstanding numbers this season, including giving her team a chance in Game 1 Friday evening here in the capital city.
Yeah, Salura was efficient in that game through those 7 innings. 117 pitches, and she's going to touch up near 70 miles an hour. She's heavy down, keeps the ball in the park. It's that drop to both sides of the plate.
And Miner, inside out swing over the head of the left fielder Lawrence, and a leadoff double for the Sooners. Well, there's a shot of power that OU's been in search of this entire weekend in Baton Rouge.
Well, it's her 8th double of the year, and just that power to go opposite way. She's also getting into the home run party because she does have that power. Pitch downstairs, and she just drops that barrel to it, keeps her head on it, and you could really see the way that Char Lorenz in left field was playing in and just drives that ball to the wall. Good start for the Sooners.
Well, Miner had a team-leading 17-game hit streak earlier this season. Now her 3rd game in a row with the knock. This one to right field. Kendall Wells going yard on her first pitch. Home run number 26. And the first home run of the weekend for OU in Baton Rouge.
Well, there it is. That is a record-setting and tying home run for Kendall Wells. You knew that power. It was bottled up. You knew you were going to see it at some point in this series. Oklahoma going back and doing a lot of homework after that loss yesterday. Here's a pitch on the outer half. It's a good drop ball. It's downstairs, maybe a little bit too much on the white, but the extension of Wells able to get that pitch on the outer half and drive it out of the yard. A no-doubter off the freshman's bat, number 26 on the year.
4 pitches in, 2-0 Oklahoma. This game started about 2.5 minutes ago. It didn't take long.
That's one of the things the Sooners do. They bounce back after losses efficiently and effectively.
We were trying to figure out the last time that Oklahoma had a 3-game stretch without a home run, and couldn't find that going all the way back to 2019 when those stats were first kept. at that level and easily searchable. Here's Ella Parker. Well, the irony here is the wind has kind of died down today. The first 2 games of this series is blowing out to different parts of Tiger Park. But you knew the bats wouldn't stay cool for that long. Parker 1 for 6 this weekend. Off a hop to Tori Edwards for out number 1.
And that's the pitch that Cece's going to have to use probably more effectively and more often than she did in game 1, and that's an off-speed pitch at about 60 miles an hour. That drop ball is going to be the pitch that these Sooners are going to be hunting.
Here's Gabby Garcia. 15 home runs herself this year. That leads all shortstops in the country. 1 hit this weekend, hitting .435 for the sophomore from Arizona.
Well, Patty Gasso told us yesterday she wanted her team to be more aggressive. They've been aggressive in good counts. Kai Miner with that leadoff double on a 2-0 count, knowing she's leveraged. Leadoff pitch to Wells, hammering it the opposite way.
An incredible sports weekend concluding today. After our game here in Baton Rouge, you got Texas A&M down in Austin, which should be sensational. The Longhorns have won, 29 games in a row. They've clinched that series, but it's a great rivalry. And featuring softball on ESPN today is a fantastic way to conclude the month of March. And another fly ball lifted towards left. Lorenz chasing at the wall, and it's gone. Gabby Garcia's 16th home run of the year.
You can tell these Sooners are on the mission. How about Gabby Garcia, number 16, an exit velocity of 74 miles an hour off of the bat. This is a team that is highly skilled in the box, but also do a good job of really scouting, and they knew they were going to go back and they were going to hunt the pitches they wanted to hit, pitch on the outer half. Both home runs now going oppo. It just shows the amount of power that this club has. They don't just turn on the ball, they'll let that ball travel and hit it out of the park the opposite way.
And already Beth Torina electing to make a pitching change. We've seen a good bit Jaden Hebner this weekend. It looks like we're going to see more here in game 3. But the power surge by OU on full display. It took us a minute to get there, as in 2 games we've seen it front and center so far in game 3.
Oh, here they are. Kendall Wells with that drive. Number 26 on the year for the freshman. Record-breaking for Kendall Wells.
ESPN.
Jaden Hebner enters the circle here in the top of the first inning. The sophomore left-hander out of Pace, Florida.
She was outstanding yesterday, picking up the win. Just limiting the power, keeping Oklahoma off balance. In fact, only gave up 2 hits yesterday, both to Kai Miner, who's in the leadoff. And the way she did it is with that rise ball effectively out of the zone. She did a really good job with the curve ball, but a lot of changeup. She's tough to square up. But again, this is an Oklahoma team that does a lot of homework, so they're talented in the box. And once they get a look at a pitcher, it's basically instilled, ingrained in their memory bank on what they want to attack, what they want to lay off of.
Pickering has moved down a couple of spots in the lineup today in search of her first hit this weekend. Still hitting a robust .450 despite an 0-for-8 start. Two and two.
And that's that curveball that Huebner throws so well. She'll throw it away from lefties. She'll throw it backdoor inside to lefties, so at their front hip, and let it curve into the back half of the zone.
Your capacity crowd on hand already, and the first strikeout as Pickering is retired. So Huebner comes in right away and pays dividends.
Huebner with that great movement. This is all about spin speed, and you can see she well locates it on the outer half, just runs it away from the bat of Pickering as she reaches for it. Can't catch up to it. First strikeout for Huebner.
2 away for Isabella Emmerling. And Huebner came too far inside, right off the arm. And OU with the runner at first after the hit by pitch.
Now that is a little bit of Huebner's game. It's the wild pitches, it's the hit batters and the walks, the free passes. See that pitch, a lot of tail coming off of that left arm, coming up and inside.
Patty Gasso out of the Oklahoma dugout, going over her instructions with Isabella, and Agbayani will be due up next for the Sooners. It's a team that's 33-3, their first SEC loss last night in Game 2 of this series. We talked to Coach Gasso yesterday. I said, Patty, this is an incredible weekend in Baton Rouge. The weather's fantastic, the sun shining down, a slight breeze. And she said, no, it's not great because we're not winning.
That's right.
She would have nothing to do with the field conditions, the weather outside, and the spring-like vibe here in Baton Rouge this weekend. We're here to win some games.
That's right. Picked up win number 1,600 in her career on Game 1 Friday night. So congratulations to Coach Gasso, and that's a pretty magical number, third best ever in our sport.
Only 2 coaches have won more games than the Hall of Famer Patty Gasso. Year 32. Incredible career, an incredible dynasty that has been constructed in Norman, and you know they're going to be right there again, knocking on the door of what she hopes is 9th national championship. OU already with 3 on the board in the top of the first. Agbayani, the hitter, squares the butt. That ball will get away from Bergeron and allow Emmerling to race down to second. So she's in scoring position after being hit by a pitch. So Emmerling now at second on the wild pitch. 17th of the season for Huebner. You said she's effectively wild. I love that description. In layman's terms, for people watching, just reintroducing themselves to softball, what does that mean?
Well, you don't know if it's going to be right down the heart of the plate or potentially right at your ear. I mean, she's around the zone, but there are times, as we just saw, the hit batter on Emmerling is that, you know, her ball moves so much, it spins so much that it literally could look like it's going to hit you and then curve back into the zone, or it could look like it's right in the middle of the zone and curve up and hit you. So it's that effectively wild, hard to just dig in against.
And as a hitter, you know that stepping into the box. Right back up the middle, into center field for a knock. Emmerling racing around third to make it 4-0 Sooners.
Well, you can tell the Sooners are on a mission this morning here in Baton Rouge, getting up on the board early. They have scored their 4th run in this first inning, hit right back up the middle. Agbayani just taking a pitch, not trying to do too much of it, but look at the emotion. This team, they are fired up. After being limited to just 1 run yesterday, they've scored as many runs in this first inning as they have in the last 2 games.
I feel like this team has been bottled up, somewhat frustrated after yesterday's loss, ending that 22-game winning streak, and now you're seeing the fruits of the labor and reorganizing and getting ready to win this rubber match today. 0-1 to Barker, and that one clipped her. So runners at first and second. The Sooners are not done yet here in the top of the first. Beth Torina, kind of that LSU dugout, stepped out for a moment.
Well, there was no hesitation. Barker immediately ran out of that box.
Just a graze of the forearm there, right?
Yeah.
Almost offered. How good is Oklahoma this season? Really, its top hitter, Abby Dayton, bats ninth. In terms of some metrics, hitting .479, 3 hits this weekend, and a table setter to get you back to the top with Minor and Wells to follow potentially. Sooners would love to bat around here. 0-2. Ronald Burkhardt calling balls and strikes behind home plate this afternoon. We'll get to the afternoon in about an hour still this morning. A brunch and softball on a Sunday, rubber match, top 20 showdown in the SEC. Off speed and just missed.
Off speed curveball on the outer half, doesn't get the call. That's an important pitch for Heidner. She really likes to expand the zone with that curveball, both hard and off speed.
Popped up, foul territory, and getting over to get it, Allie Hutchins. OU, an explosive start. Home runs number 130 and 131 this year, and a 4-0 lead.
In one place.
Back in Baton Rouge, LSU getting set to bat for the first time, trailing 4-0 against third-ranked Oklahoma. Big weekend for Alex Franklin with 3 hits, a run, and a couple driven in. Great approach at the plate, and Michelle, you and I have talked about it. Her energy for head coach Beth Torina in the dugout up there to bat has been tremendous and a true difference maker for this Tigers lineup today.
Yeah, absolutely. The sophomore has just been a big part of the lineup. The energy, as you mentioned, in the dugout, on the field, you've got to have that.
Chenio gets a start in the circle, and how about a pair of former Ole Miss standouts facing off with Lassiter and Chenio, both beginning their careers in Oxford.
Chenio threw 35 pitches in game 1. And she's got great velocity separation, so she's going to really work from 54 to 68 miles an hour. Great changeup. It really sets up her rise ball, so she attacks more up in the zone. And with that changeup that can be knee buckling at times, It's going to be really important for her to work from ahead and to keep the ball in the park. She has given up 12 home runs this year.
3 straight out of the zone. Well, Michelle, you figured we had a couple of pitcher stools to start. Friday night 3-2. Yesterday 3-1. A different vibe already this Sunday morning. Lassiter, the classic table setter on the outer edge for strike 1.
A lot of umpires here today.
And a full count. Lassiter fought it off the fist.
Yeah, that 3-0 pitch was a rise ball. It looked a little high. Called a strike. Lassiter now fouling off a pitch. So if Eugenio can get that rise ball above the belt called a strike, it's definitely going to play into her pitching hand.
And the payoff, hammered foul. A good battle brewing here between Eugenio and Jayla Lassiter, who had that 3rd inning home run Friday night. For a moment, it looked as if that hit was going to stand up until OU rallied.
The last couple days, we've been talking about potential shutouts. When's the last time Oklahoma was shut out?
367 games ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Cut on and miss, and Eugenio records her first strikeout.
Well, that's the pitch. Eugenio is so effective with that rise ball upstairs. And this one, she's going to get underneath the hands of Lassiter. Look at the break on this as it cuts through the zone, up, and a little bit of tail in. And that tail in is what makes it so difficult to hit. So she's got separation vertically, horizontally. And when you have that type of movement, it is tough to barrel.
Sierra Daniel gets the start at second base again today for head coach Beth Torino. Arizona native, 323. Yeah, just digging a little deeper on the last time that Oklahoma softball was shut out. This one into shallow left, and it finds some real estate. Daniel digs for second, and a 1-out double. Michelle, she couldn't have placed the softball in a better location than where she hit it.
Well, this is hustle. This is a double because she sees it drop and she knows that's in no man's land. Great effort by Gabby Garcia going out, but they also know that there is no opportunity for Abby Dayton, where she was playing deep and slightly shaded, so she's going to hustle it, and that is a massive double for Daniel, first hit of the series.
Previously 0 for 4, and here's Tori Edwards. All-America season a year ago. Now a sophomore out of the Lone Star State. Just waiting for that bat to get cranked up in SEC play. Off speed and out of the zone to even the count. I was mentioning 367 games since Oklahoma was previously shut out. That goes back to the Women's College World Series 2019 against Alabama. In terms of number of days, 2,491.
That's a lot of games and days since they've been shut out.
That was what I did yesterday evening before we went out to dinner in Baton Rouge, fighting the traffic and the Zach Bryan concert goers in the process. Quite a weekend here in the capital city.
Big weekend, busy weekend.
Back-to-back strikeouts. Check it with a double sandwich in between, but the second of the inning.
Run again, going back to that rise ball, and Tori Edwards, one of the best hitters in the game last year. The sophomore season has been struggling a little bit because she's been swinging at pitches there. That is a pitch that is almost unhittable. It's in the exact spot as a pitcher where you want to put it, up at the eyes of a big power hitter, bait them into swinging through it, and that's what Eugenio does. Second strikeout of the game for her.
Daniel remains at second. Alex Franklin on the outside corner. 0-1.
So that's the type of pitch that you throw as a pitcher, allowing the hitter to strike themselves out. Because it's clearly a pitch out of the zone, but that's what great pitchers do. They put it in a spot that just makes it look like, I have to swing at this pitch. And so as a hitter on the flip side of that, you've got to go in knowing I'm not seeing and I'm not hitting anything that is above my belt. You've got to be able to take that rise ball away from a rise ball pitcher.
This one gets away from the freshman catcher Wells for a moment, or recovers in time as Daniel stays at second. And Kendall Wells, so good at so many different things.
Being so young, just a freshman.
Right, and that's a trend. We talked about it this weekend, that we're seeing more first-year players be quite comfortable in big roles in the sport this spring.
Yeah, a lot of great training happening, you know, during their high school years, during their travel ball seasons and years. I mean, they spend a lot of time getting elite training, collegiate-type training at a younger age.
We still like it when you play the multiple sports, though. That's always a benefit. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and Uchenyo dealing to start.
Yeah, and this is a big pitch coming up here. Full count with a runner in scoring position. Almost feels like LSU really needs to plate this run, try to get up on that scoreboard after giving up a 4 spot in the top of the first.
Franklin has the warm bat. Not this time. Uchenyo strikes out the side. Daniel stranded at second base.
Miley Uchenyo, one of the best rise balls in the game, using it effectively in this first inning. The rise ball up against Lassiter, above the eyes to Edwards, and then on the outer half to Franklin. 3 strikeouts for Uchenyo.
Well, some first inning firepower for Oklahoma. Up first, it was Kendall Wells, 26th long ball of the season. Then Gabby Garcia leads all shortstops with her 16th.
Yeah, just so much power and shot out of a cannon. This Oklahoma offense here in Game 3 after scoring just 1 unearned run yesterday. Limited, that's their lowest run total, obviously, of the season. Only 2 hits, lowest hit total in a game of the season so far.
That cannon has been shot shortly after the national anthem in the previous 2 games this weekend in Baton Rouge. At different times, though, so you don't know when it's going to happen. But when it does, Michelle, it leaves a mark.
It wakes you up.
I think you could hear that all the way down in New Orleans.
Yeah, absolutely.
And OU's offense has responded today as a result. 0-2. Jaden Heavner in and facing the top of the lineup with Kai Minor. Doubled and scored in her first plate appearance.
Minor had the 2 Oklahoma hits yesterday off of Heavner. That was it. Nobody else was able to square up Heavner.
Up the middle, chopped right over the head in the circle of Jaden Heavner into center field. 5th hit of the weekend for Kai Minor. The NCAA Women's Championship continues Monday night. 2 more Elite 8 matchups on ESPN, the ESPN app. Michigan, Texas up first at 7 Eastern. Then it's TCU and South Carolina, the last 2 spots in the Final Four. Olivia Miles, Joyce Edwards, Dawn Staley, and a cast of all-stars headlining those 2 matchups. Madison Booker at Texas. Kim Barnes-Arico at Michigan, the head coach, trying to get the maize and blue into the Final Four. Kendall Wells lifted to left. Charlotte Lorenz ready and waiting, had it played perfectly for out number 1.
Wells, first pitch swinging again. She likes to attack early. She sees something. There's not a lot she doesn't like, and there's not a lot she can't hit out of the park. But super aggressive on that first pitch.
I'm thinking basketball coming off the promo read, and already it's at the warning track right. Almost. Shame on me.
And she was jammed up on that. That pitch got inside underneath her hands, and she still hit it that far.
Ella Parker takes strike 1. Her uncle Dave Roberts, manager of the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. Hard to believe, opening day already in the books for Major League Baseball this past week. I do love that about this time of year, though. We have Final Four, softball, baseball, the diamond sports. Yeah. MLB is underway, and it starts to feel like spring, even if the weather sometimes doesn't cooperate.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got spring football, too. Runner goes, throw down to second. Kai Minor slides in safely. Her 12th stolen base of the season.
Minor with a lot of speed, gets a good jump.
She is an incredibly talented, gifted athlete that is only scratching the surface. Her freshman year in Norman out of Irvine, California. SEC Freshman of the Week, mid-February. And Michelle, you put her at the top of the order. No telling how long she can stay there. Parker, second AB that she has grounded out to first base unassisted. At third is Minor. And now 2 away in the top of the second.
A couple of off-speed pitches have gotten Parker to ground out to Tori Edwards over there at first base.
Do you feel like Heavner has settled in a little bit after that jolt and what we saw in the top of the first when it was Salora that got to start today?
Yeah, and it's a tough position for her to come in because when you're in relief, even if you know you're in relief, when that first inning starts to fall apart, you know as a relief pitcher you got to get ready quick, early, get it going to get ready to get in that circle.
Garcia with her 16th home run in the first inning. Part of the all-SEC defensive team last year. Maybe my favorite note of this entire weekend, her favorite movie, all time, Rocky IV. There's something about the ending there where Rocky unites the Cold War nations together, ending it practically with one speech in the ring in Moscow on Christmas. Gabby appreciates the ending. So do we. Sooners 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position today after 3 for 19 in that category in their first 2 games this weekend. Make it 2 for 5. Kylie Edwards clears out some real estate and catches the pop fly. 4-0 Sooners, home half of the second coming up.
Hey, sports fans, the ESPN app has all of ESPN all in one place. Visit activate.espn.com to see if you have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
Well, it was only a matter of time for head coach Beth Torina, year number 15, the all-time winningest coach in LSU softball history, until the bats started to heat up. We've seen that series win in Columbia against top 25 South Carolina last weekend, and so far, so good this weekend here at home against OU.
Yeah, a lot of pieces of the puzzle, trying to figure some things out. Actually did pretty well against Tennessee offensively. Went up 4-0 in 2 games, but then wasn't able to hold that lead. So this is an offense trying to figure it out. It's a very good pitching staff. Beth Torina is a great pitch caller herself. So sometimes with the SEC, it's razor thin, that margin of victory, right? What helps you win versus when you stub your toe on those losses.
Kylie Edwards, the 2-run bomb yesterday to center field. That was the difference. 0-2. Machenio, extremely fast start for OU in the circle. 2 hits on the weekend, including that shot. Her 4th home run of the season. And we talked to Coach Torina yesterday, in the middle of the game. So many close games for the Tigers this season. And I said, Coach, it really makes for great television. She goes, I don't care about your TV ratings. I want to kick my feet up in the dugout and be comfortable we get to the 7th inning.
I don't know if that's ever the case. Obviously never against Oklahoma, because no lead is ever safe, but I think in the SEC in general, it's just a battle.
Well, I love the way you framed it too. It feels like a super regional every one of these series.
Absolutely.
In league play, right? I mean.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why a lot of the conferences went to a 3-game series on 3 separate days. It used to be a doubleheader and then a single game.
Machenio already with 3 strikeouts, striking out the side in that first frame as Edwards stays alive. Edwards wears number 67, and she'll do the little dance after every home run right before she approaches home plate. It's the popular, I don't want to say it's a TikTok trend. I sound like an old man when I suggest it. But it kind of went viral going back probably as far as 8 or 9 months ago. 6-7, and you take both hands and wave them up and down.
It's hard when you ask people what exactly it is. There's a lot of,
I mean, just you can Google
confusion.
That. It comes up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We can't tell you how.
Not like a set thing, though.
No. We can't tell you how it originated. Edwards, another ride. Oh, you're getting ready to see it. Right on cue. Kylie Edwards.
Right on cue.
5th home run of the season. Bring us on home, Kylie.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Kylie Edwards has been the big bat for the Tigers in this series. Gets underneath a rise ball and just bashes it out of the park. She takes it from high to higher. Good job of getting that off the bat at an exit velocity of 74 miles an hour, a pitch speed of 67 miles an hour. Exits the park at 74 for number 67.
There it is at the end. I tried to describe it verbally. I failed. Kylie said, I got your back. 2nd home run of the weekend. Number 67.
Yeah, she said, let me demonstrate this for you.
Another shot. Deep left field. That one is gone. Don't blink, Char Lorenz. Her 5th long ball this season. Buckle up in Baton Rouge.
How about Edwards and Lorenz both hitting their 5th home runs of the year back to back? Pitch a little bit further down in the zone. And this one as well, leaving the park at 74 miles an hour. This ball a little bit lower, but getting out back-to-back home runs for the Tigers, getting back in this game. It's exactly what they needed to do early after Sooners put up a 4 spot in that 1st inning.
How much fun is this? Great environment, great offenses, doing it in different ways to start. And you take a look at LSU this year, not necessarily known for the long ball. OU, it's a totally different story. 58% of its total runs scored counted via the home run. Second highest percentage in D1. LSU, though, a surge of power. Back-to-back pitches, as you mentioned. Both the 5th home runs for Kylie Edwards and Char Lorenz.
LSU does a lot more station-to-station type of scoring. That 28% is one of the lower percentiles, but they have been able to get the ball out of the yard in this series against Oklahoma.
Macy Bergeron, the catcher, in the dirt for ball 1.
Well, and that's what we're going to see more of now. Uchenio has a very good changeup. That rise ball was so effective in the first inning. It's easy to kind of bait yourself into continuing to throw rise balls, but you have to use that changeup to effectively set up that rise ball in the upper half of the zone and slightly delay the swing.
This one chopped off the glove of Barker at third base into left center field. 3 in a row have reached for LSU.
After change up first pitch in the dirt, this pitch is a little bit higher. It's up and inside, so a lower rise ball that Bergeron is just able to get a piece of, goes off the glove of Barker. 3 consecutive base hits now for the Tigers.
First hit of the series for Macy Bergeron, standing at first base. And here's Destiny Harris. .345 this season. 1 hit this weekend and a walk. Uchenio on the outer half. Well, Miley had 3 strikeouts. Gave up a double to the second hitter of the game in the first inning. Then back-to-back home runs and a single by Bergeron to begin the second.
Well, it's almost a feast or famine with Uchenio. I mentioned it coming into this game. She had given up 12 long balls. She's up to 14 now with the back-to-back home runs from Edwards and Lorenz. But you know, she does a good job of getting her strikeouts. 57, so 60 now on the season in her 45 innings of work. But when she does miss, the ball seems to get barreled up very hard.
Out in front, and you mentioned feast or famine. That'll be strikeout number 4 for Miley Uchenio. And Harris out in front of that pitch.
Well, and this is, again, the pitch that sets up everything else. She hides this so well. She's got great spin on it. Throws this pitch about 57 miles an hour to complement that 68-mile-an-hour rise ball.
Popped up left field. Battling the sun, Abby Dayton. And records the second out of the inning. That's the first time an out's been recorded by the Sooners today that hasn't happened via the strikeout. Well, we showed you video of the cannon that went off pregame and compared it to Oklahoma's offense, and LSU said, wait a second, we'll have something to say this morning. Back to the top of the order after Allie Hutchins was retired. Good crowd, a loud crowd on hand on this Sunday morning. Tigers already with 4 hits, too far inside, and it grazes Lassiter. Jayla aboard for the first time today. And advancing to second is Bergeron.
First free pass given up by Miley.
And the wheels turning in both dugouts early. Quick conversation between Wells and Uchenio. Tying runs aboard here in the home half of the second for the Tigers.
I like the way that freshman Wells goes out, talks to Richenio. They've already had a coaches meeting, so coaches can't come out without making a change. I like the freshman. You know, she's just so mature beyond her years.
You can feel that up here, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Watching her in games before we arrived here in Baton Rouge this weekend, that's the sense. Here's Sierra Daniel, a double. Her first plate appearance. Gets away from Wells, heads up base running, tying runs in scoring position. A wild pitch by Wachenio. Bergeron at third, Lassiter at second. And Tiger Park ready to erupt with a knock here. And it's still early. Slap foul. Daniel down the left field line, foul territory. And Garcia is there. Shots were fired here in the bottom of the second inning, Michelle.
Well, they keep a-coming, and they keep leaving the yard. How about LSU getting on the board? Kylie Edwards with her 5th home run. And then not to be outdone, Char Lorenz going yard. We got a 4-2 game here in the rubber match.
A meal.
Back in Baton Rouge, some of our national storylines. Florida State now has won 20 in a row, longest win streak since back in 2018. UCLA, after a surprising early series loss to Nebraska, bounces back to even that series. And then Ole Miss, maybe some struggles all of a sudden on Rocky Top for #1 Tennessee.
Yeah, absolutely. They lost the series in Gainesville last weekend, and now against Ole Miss at home. And Carlin Pickens was out for 11 days, came back during just before the Florida series. So yeah, it's interesting to see what's going to happen as this SEC conference play continues.
0-2 to Cassidy Pickering. Well, for Jaden Heebner, I don't want to suggest it's new life after her team bounces back with those 2 home runs, but it does feel like a new game right now, Michelle. Right off the glove of Heebner, over to Daniel at second. And not in time, and Pickering finally reaching. And a sigh of relief for her, now standing at first, and from her teammates in the dugout.
Yeah, hard ball back up the middle, goes off of the glove. I love the way that Daniel gets to this, and it's going to be a tight play at first. Really good stretch by Tori Edwards. I think they're going to take a look at this.
And they will. And it was closer than I anticipated upon that first glance of a replay.
LSU's challenging the safe call at first base.
That throw is kind of tailing down. Nice stretch by Edwards, but it looks like she may have beaten that out. It was very close, though.
Stretch was there.
Now there, it looks like it could be in the back of the glove.
Does that tell you in an indisputable video evidential way that the call should be overturned?
Well, right there, the ball's in the glove, and the question is the heel? It's in the glove. Oh, they could overturn this. That might be enough evidence.
That last shot would indicate you're correct.
This is the angle. Because you can tell if the heel is off. The angle looking in from right field, and let's see, here we go.
The ruling on the field has been changed. The runner's out.
Michelle Smith, 1 for 1.
It's all about the angles, right? Because from right field, you couldn't really tell if the foot was on the bag. It looked like she was safe, but when you take that infield view, that is all credit right there to Tori Edwards. That is a great stretch to get that ball in the glove. If she doesn't get out that far, that is absolutely a base hit.
Nothing easy about that play as well from the second baseman's perspective. Sierra Daniel off the glove of Havener in the circle.
Exactly, so scored a 1-4-3 out.
Shame on me, I did not score that correctly in my scorebook. Thankfully, I utilize a pencil and I can erase and move forward.
Same here, lots of, and I always carry a big eraser as well.
I don't understand the experts out there that score in pen and how you do what you do. How do you sleep at night with that kind of knowledge that's written in stone, essentially, to start? And the center fielder, Lassiter, calls off her left fielder to record the out. Well, tonight, the final UFL kickoff weekend matchup, the debut of the Columbus Aviators take on the Orlando Storm, 8 Eastern, right here on ESPN, the ESPN app. Anthony Beck, the new head coach down the most magical place on earth, moving over from St. Louis. New coaches and a new vibe this year in the UFL, and I'm excited to jump back in the pigskin mix in a couple of weeks. It'll steal me away from softball, but can't beat it in the spring either way. So Emmerling was retired. Agbayani, 1 for 1, drove in a run with that single in the first inning.
So Agbayani shows bunt, pulls in the corners.
Hack it away, nobody home at first. And Agbayani will be safe.
And that's a tough play for Tori Edwards. So she goes to try to make the tag, and Agbayani avoids her in that running lane. And so I think Coach Torino is going to ask if she was out of it, so you can see the way she avoids that, and she's actually not that far out, and then so you can see the way she's going to avoid the tag. And then Daniels is not at first base. Edwards thinking she is going to be there to be able to toss the ball over.
Beth Torino talking with first base umpire Jim Bertuzzi. Retreats quickly back into the LSU dugout.
Some good base running by Agbayani. Very smart, and then she dives into the bag.
4th hit of the series, and that will extend the inning. This dangerous Sooners offense hit Barker back up. Second start of the weekend, a big cut. Sophomore out of Rockland, California. Dream job is to be able to coach this fantastic sport one day. 0-2. Mentioned movies earlier. Rocky IV, one of my favorites. Sid's favorite movie, The Conjuring.
Not familiar with that one.
No, thank you. One of the scariest movies ever.
Oh, really? Okay, I won't watch that one.
Upstairs, ball one. No, I'm all about the comeback. You know, the off the field, out of the boxing ring drama like we mentioned with Rocky IV. But when it comes to the scary movies,
No, thank you.
how dare you? Sir, foul territory now to play.
I'm more of a Sandlot, League of Their Own type of.
Thank you.
Know.
I want to feel good.
Me too.
Leaving the theater, leaving my couch after 2.5 hours. Is that so much to ask? I don't go to a movie to be scared or to feel bad.
And I'm all in, you know, for the love of the game. That's another one.
There we go.
Know, just good diamond sports.
Hammered foul. Yeah, League of Their Own would be in that category.
Yeah. That was my number 2. Sandlot, League of Their Own, for the love of the game. Bull Durham. I mean, when you want to laugh.
Yes.
That's a good one. Field of Dreams is another good one.
I feel a graphic coming on. Michelle's top 5 movies of all time.
That's right. Yeah, good.
Let's do this 1 ball 2 strike count again. Heavner delivers the strikeout. LSU back in it. Jaden Heavner out of the bullpen doing a fantastic job for the Tigers.
Jaden Heavner with all that spin speed just makes this ball look like a wiffle ball. The type of movement on the outer half, the curveball for the swing and miss. Heavner.
Two-run game. Third-ranked Oklahoma, the lead at Baton Rouge over LSU. Michelle Smith, Roy Philpott. Some great news this weekend when we learned from head coach Patty Gasso in a release on social media the return of associate head coach for the Sooners, Jen Rocha, had been diagnosed with cancer earlier this year. Surgery was able to clear that cancer. She announced on Instagram and Twitter this week. First time back with the team this weekend, starting Friday night with Game 1. And Michelle, we spoke with her pregame today. Just God bless the Sooners and Coach Rocha for all that she has been through. And she told us it has been an incredible journey and an amazing ending with the diagnosis that the cancer has now been cleared.
Yeah, absolutely. When the news broke that she was battling some health issues, it was tough. It affected the entire softball community, the entire softball family, the outpouring of love and prayers. But to see her back now, she's dear friends with Patty Gasso, and they're not just coaches that work together. I mean, they're families. They are tight. And to see her back in the dugout, I know has obviously been a big relief for Coach Gasso, but obviously for Jen Rocha and her family, just incredible story.
She told us the perspective that the last couple of months has given her and what it means to be back with the team today. Every pitch doesn't feel like it's the biggest pitch in the history of the sport, and I think some of that has rubbed off on her players. And she talked about the perspective, perhaps more than anything, with us pregame today. You certainly can appreciate that. Tori Edwards, the LSU hitter, as Wichenio remains in the circle for the Sooners.
Well, this is a very faith-based program, and a lot of people really involved in staying in touch with Coach Rocha and the team as everybody went through this. I mean, it's a big battle for the coaches themselves as friends and as workmates, but also for the players, the pitching staff. How about Carly Keeney coming back and becoming the pitching coach when Coach Rocha was away? But it was interesting hearing her. She's like, I know this is the middle of the season, but this is my opening weekend, basically, coming back and trying to get reacquainted with the pitching staff. So it's been a lot of emotion for the Sooner program. I've always respected Jen Rocha. I've shared a lot of pitching. We talk about stuff. I'll call her and we'll get on calls to talk about, well, how are you training? How do you work with your pitchers? And just does a great job at developing these young women.
Wichenio, the strikeout, her fifth.
And that's how good her changeup is. 3 swing and misses, all on changeups by Wichenio. That pitch showing up at 56 miles an hour. So such a good job of dropping that velocity down from that rise ball in the high 60s.
Off speed at 57. 0-1 to Alex Franklin.
Second time through the order, Wichenio really starting to use that changeup more effectively.
Sent down the right field line and slicing foul. 51 pitches in for Miley Wichenio. Ole Miss transfer. Of course, Ole Miss able to advance all the way to the Women's College World Series a season ago. OU at 33-3 off their first SEC loss of the season last night here in Baton Rouge. It's amazing you see these players enter the portal after the season, transferred. Kylie Edwards, one example at LSU, the starting shortstop, was at Mississippi State. When she jumped in the portal, she let it be known she wanted to stay in the SEC. There's something about this conference and its depth, and its every weekend feels like a super regional kind of vibe that you don't want to leave.
Well, they've recently changed that rule too, that the opening for the portal is not going to open until after the Women's College World Series, which I think is great. It's a 2-week window. You can enter after the season is over for both the players and the coaches, because the coaches that are coaching and competing in the Women's College World Series should not need to be keeping their eye on who's entering the portal, but more importantly, knowing that potentially one of your players is entering the portal. How do you go into some of the biggest games of the year knowing that some of your kids might be leaving? So I think that was an outstanding change for our sport.
I feel like the portal windows across the board are starting to make a little bit more sense. Fought off foul territory, Kendall Wells. ESPN is now the home of MLB.tv. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLB.tv. Now Kylie Edwards back in the box after her 5th home run, her previous plate appearance. Crowd rightfully so indicating their own personal 6-7s. We just talked about Kylie entering the portal, coming in from Mississippi State. She said she wanted to go to a program that could win a national championship. Hoping to do that at LSU. She said she wants to make sure that teams got a chance to host a super regional to help try to pave that path to get to the Women's College World Series.
She's been outstanding as of late. Home run yesterday, home run today.
LSU playing better as of late after a bit of a slow start and a tough conference or non-conference schedule, and a lot conference schedule when you consider the opening run at Rocky Top.
Yeah, when you look at their strength of schedule, pre-conference season, and then obviously with the conference, they have played a juggernaut of a schedule, and that can be tough on your confidence at times. It can also be tough on your statistics.
Shanyo with the walk. Hit Jayla Lassiter in the 2nd inning. That'll be her first base on balls rather here. Bottom of the 3rd. So careful with Edwards with those 2 home runs. And here comes Jen Rocha out of the OU dugout.
So part of what we were talking about with that strength of schedule is that you look at the statistics that LSU has, and it's been tough. I mean, their batting average as a team's .256, but part of that is because look at the strength of schedule comparison between Oklahoma and LSU. So SOS is strength of schedule, non-conference strength of schedule. Oklahoma's is going to continue to get better, but 94 non-conference, 18 for LSU. And so that strength of schedule just overall for LSU, 7th best in the country. Oklahoma coming in at 58. So they played a little bit of a softer pre-conference schedule.
And we're seeing a very competitive series this weekend despite the high ranking of OU. 7 SEC wins, and LSU trying to scratch and claw its way to get back to 500.
Yeah, and depending on which coaching staff you talk to throughout the SEC, you know, scheduling is a big deal. Like figuring out, knowing how many new kids you have coming in, how many transfers, how challenging do you want that schedule to be? Knowing that you play in the #1 strength of schedule or RPI conference in the country, which is the SEC.
Lorenz the hitter. Homered her first time up. Also her 5th, her first hit of this weekend. Starting all 3 of these games out in left field for head coach Beth Torino. Indiana native, began her career at Louisville. 2nd team All-ACC performer there for Sharp. For 6-0 for Oklahoma, 2-4-0 for LSU so far.
Good job laying off that changeup. Starting to work Ochenio deeper into counts.
Three and 2. Chenio battling now her 25th pitch of this frame. And the payoff swatted foul. Now you can feel third time through this order, second time through. LSU starting to catch up a little bit with Miley Chenio. She did offer, and Chenio battles back her 6th strikeout for the Hall of Famer Patty Gasso, who joins us. Coming up next, OU, a 2-run lead in Baton Rouge. Back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you're watching the SEC on ESPN. 3 innings in the books, 4-2. Oklahoma, the third-ranked team in the country, with the advantage. Michelle Smith, Roy Philpott, joined by the Hall of Famer, year 32 in Norman, for head coach Patty Gasso. Coach, it's been close all weekend. How do you get your team to close it out strong today?
Kind of how we started, where they came out ready to go. Huebner's tough against us. We've got to just find ways to adjust our swings a bit. Find ways to put runners in scoring position. We got to keep pressing.
And Coach, you have a really deep pitching staff you're going with Chenio today. What do you want to see her continue to do? And if she gets in trouble, do you have ideas of other arms you'd go to?
Well, that is Coach Roach's. I do have an idea, but I don't know that I want to say it because I could be wrong. But for her, we want her to just get ahead in the count. We feel like we're down 2-0, 2-1. We're always throwing from behind, but she's coming back strong, like her 3-2 pitches, things like that. So we just don't want to make it so hard on her. So that's what we're trying to work on.
Coach, appreciate the access this weekend. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Coach. Yeah, and we talk about it all the time, Roy, no matter who's in the circle, it could be a Sooner, it could be a Tiger, is that when you're pitching from ahead, it just makes your job so much easier. Not just on yourself and obviously the pitching coach calling the pitches, but your defense behind you. You have to remember they're up and down every single pitch. And so take a look at the starting pitchers and what they've done today. Chenio's given up 4 hits, Huebner 3. Actually, she wasn't the starter. He had to come in relief in that first inning. But both pitchers settling in and trying to keep some strong offenses at bay.
We talked with Patty yesterday in the middle of the game as Abby Dayton takes low for ball 1. And we cracked some jokes and we shared a laugh or two. And today it was postseason mode, it feels like, for OU in this rubber match. A different vibe in that conversation.
Absolutely, yeah. The coaches, they get intense. They know the gravity of these games and the series. She mentioned it. She's like, we're trying to win an SEC championship.
And now Coach Gasso down the third baseline to talk with home plate umpire Ronald Burkhart. Brief pause, and now Dayton back in the box. Abby 3 for 7 this weekend.
So good in that 9-hole.
I mean, what a luxury to have a batter hitting .479 with 5 homers herself before you go back to the top of the order. And today it's Kai Minor and then Kendall Wells. Yesterday it was Cassidy Pickering, who was finally able to reach earlier and then was sent back to the dugout after a replay review. No time is called. Dayton steps away again. You got Texas and Texas A&M as soon as we're done in Baton Rouge. I did receive a text earlier today from our good friend and colleague Amanda Scarborough. As Dayton sends it over to Daniel. And Dayton racing down the line is ruled safe.
This is just the speed of Abby Dayton getting down the line in a slow developing play because of that high hop. So Daniel, a little bit of a bobble, and that's all it takes, that bobble. And here's a tighter look. It's another close play at first. Great stretch. Oof, that's another really tight.
LSU's challenging the safe call at first base.
Didn't we just see this same exact play an inning ago?
Very similar. There was a slight bobble on the transfer from Sierra Daniels, trying to get that ball out of her glove.
They're going to take a look. We'll take another couple of looks ourselves. Now you're batting 1,000 here today. The replay department.
Another outstanding stretch by Edwards. Ooh, again, this is it's tough to tell even in this slow motion. The Hawkeye looks coming in. Ooh, I think it's now. I mean, the ball's already in the glove and her foot's still off the bag. Yeah, I think they're going to overturn this one again too.
Literally the same exact play that we saw with Cassidy Pickering.
Tori Edwards. Keep doing that yoga. That flexibility is good, girl.
After review, the ruling has changed. The runner's out. LSU is not charged a challenge. They still have 2 remaining.
Those are good overturns. I mean, this is why we have replay review. Much needed.
Well, my Amanda Scarborough story was simply receiving the text indicating that she requests our game to move along at a quick pace, given that she'll be on the call for the Aggies and Horns as soon as we're done here in Baton Rouge. Of course, we have complete and total control over the pace of this game, and we will ensure that we do our very best to make that happen, Amanda.
Yes. We're excited to watch it.
Pitch number 50 for Jaden Heavner.
Watch that Texas A&M Texas game. Those have been some close battles.
9-8 game 1. 3-2 yesterday.
Yeah.
Reese Atwood doing an outstanding job, and as you would expect. 2-hopper to Daniel, fought it off, delivers a strike. Active at second base for Sierra Daniel. And the crowd on its feet after that one.
Yeah, they should be on their feet after that one because Sierra Daniel takes a hop that looks like it's going to almost catch her in the upper body or in the face. Take a look at the way this ball explodes up, and she does a great job, gets that in the glove. Quick transfer again, knowing that Kai Minor is very fast. So 2 tough plays up the middle that Daniels is able to make to keep the Sooners off of the bases.
Yeah, Minor with 5 hits this weekend, batting leadoff for the 3rd time this year for the Sooners. Very big second out. And a first pitch out of the zone to Kendall Wells. And we spoke with Patty Gasso moments ago. Coming up, we will get the LSU side of the equation. Beth Torino. And here's where you have to be careful because Wells can make it a 3-run game rather quickly. Those 26 home runs already.
She's in a leveraged 2-0 count. Let's see if LSU stays away. Oof.
Dangerous pitch location, a mile high into the sky. And Franklin is there. on a pitch frame. Winningest coach in LSU softball history, Beth Torina, going to join us coming up. Back here at Tiger Park, you're watching the SEC on ESPN. Sun splashing down and a great game brewing here in the rubber match between third-ranked Oklahoma and number 20 LSU. Michelle Smith, Roy Philpott, joined by winningest coach in LSU softball history, Beth Torina. Coach, Jaden Huebner has really settled in nicely, coming into the circle. What have you seen? What do you want to see more of there?
I think she looks great. She's doing such a good job for us, man. She's worked so hard and made some adjustments and just is so talented. So when you have a talented person that's willing to put in the work and just be for the team, like what a teammate too. I can't say enough about her the last few weeks. Just like whatever our team needs, like she's going to defend them and back them like she's a teammate. And that's really, really cool thing to say about your pitcher.
And Coach, you've done a great job of really keeping a strong Oklahoma offense at bay the first two games. They come out in that first inning and put a 4 spot up. How do you get your team to stay positive, to keep back in the game, and then put runs up on the board? I think it's remarkable. I'd love to hear how you spoke to them.
I'm sorry. I think it's Sunday in the SEC, so you know it's going to be all bets off, right? Like you got to throw everything you got at them. I just don't think there's anything that's off the table on a Sunday in the SEC. So you know it's going to be a fight no matter who you're playing, what situation. So they call us the Fighting Tigers. That's what we came to do.
Coach, great
awesome.
TV ratings today. Another close one. We appreciate you.
No more. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Oh, that's great. It is Sunday in the SEC, and you know you've got 2 games of data and stats and video to look at to be even more prepared for this Sunday game, and you know it's going to be a fight every single pitch.
Macy Bergeron will lead things off for the Fighting Tigers. 7, 8, and 9 up first for LSU. The amount of data that is available, I mean, just to me as a play-by-play nerd, is overwhelming sometimes. Trying to decipher what makes sense to talk about, or where do you try to dial it back?
100%, and you said it. You have to decipher it. You always have to triage it and figure out what's noise and what is actually useful. Because there's a lot of noise out there that's only going to, paralysis by analysis.
A lot of noise on social media.
Yeah, there's just some stuff you have to ignore, you can't pay attention to, and then there's the vital information that really does feed you the pulse or the heartbeat of what the game is giving you. And I always like to say the game is like a living, breathing element. It gives you data.
Bergeron pops it up, and in foul territory, Garcia, fighting off that sunshine, makes the play.
And that's what great coaching staffs do, what great athletes do, is they figure out what's the meaningful metrics that are going to help you expand your game, become a better athlete, better player, both mentally and physically.
Well, you and I have talked about it this weekend. 2 weeks ago here in the Texas A&M series, we've seen more in the outfield with the shifts that have been employed with all of that data. And sometimes, I mean, it's been a narrow approach where you see the real estate available down the left and right field lines where in certain circumstances it wouldn't make sense to the beginning play-by-player in the softball world. But obviously with all the numbers and the data and the way the outfield can shift around, and of course your outstanding telestrations.
Well, I'm just going to use one for you right here, and this is exactly it. If I'm up right now, this is what I'm looking at. I am looking that the shift is on against me, and so that allows me to understand more than likely I'm going to be pitched on the inner half just based on the way that Kai Minor in the outfield is shaded more toward the left side. And there you go. It's a pitch underneath the hands. It's a high inside rise ball, and when you see those shifts on, it gives you a better, here it is again. Like you can see, this is what she's looking at. This is open for me, so more than likely, knowing that they don't want me to hit the ball there, they're going to give it to me more in a situation where I'm going to pull it more toward the left field line.
Two balls and two strikes. Destiny Harris. 1 for 6. The action we've seen with Destiny so far this weekend. Sophomore out of Virginia. Serve foul. No, I just find all of those conversations fascinating. And it's a decision, for all these broadcasts. All right, how much do you want to dive into, the numbers that are out there? Spin rate, where hitters are hot, where they're cold. Those are sometimes easier to talk about. Uchenyo records her 7th strikeout.
Uchenyo going back to that changeup, part of her scouting report. It's one of the best pitches that she throws. It's effective. It's a flip changeup, which means it's going to spin in the opposite direction it's moving. That's what gives it the deceptive practice, or the deceptive visual to the hitter. So it looks faster than what it is, and then it also dies or dumps down. A lot of downward velocity or movement on that, 57 miles an hour. So back-to-back changeups, you can tell she's very comfortable with it and uses it more and more as these hitters see her.
6 of the 7 strikeouts thrown by Uchenyo via the swing. Allie Hutchins takes ball 1.
And 4 of the 7 are on the changeup. All 3 in the first inning were on the rise ball, and since then, all her strikeouts have been on the changeup.
See, that's why you're the best right there. That's the kind of data, intel that we needed. It tells the story.
That's right.
Fly ball to left. Going in the opposite direction is the wind. And a nice play by Abby Dayton. Now coming up, about half an hour from now, Texas and Texas A&M here on ESPN in a top 15 showdown with the #1 Horns. Well, if you're just tuning in, a fast start for the Sooners on the road here in Game 3. Kendall Wells, her 26th home run of the season, back in inning number 1. Then Gabby Garcia, her 16th. Here comes LSU, Michelle.
LSU getting on the board, showing that they can swing it as well. Kylie Edwards with her 5th of the year. And then how about the very next pitch? Charlotte Lorenz hits her 5th of the year. Back-to-back home runs for LSU. Those 2 solo home runs are their 2 runs up on the board.
And since then, this game has taken on the exact same field. The first 2 meetings between these programs here in Baton Rouge this weekend. More of a pitcher's duel. And OU maintains that 2-run advantage as a result here in the top of the 5th. Ella Parker will lead things off. 3, 4, and 5 for the Sooners. And a new third baseman with ties to the Sooners. 2 national championships there in Norman for Avery Hodge. Now the hot corner for LSU. Strike 1 to Parker. It's grounded out to first base in the first 2 plate appearances. You can feel the importance of this one this Sunday afternoon now for both sides. LSU, if you find a way to come back and win this, you win the series. You talked about it in our open, Michelle. This would be the first series victory against a top 5 team for LSU since 2022. Yeah. Hard to believe that's 4 years ago, but that's where we are. But that would be significant with kind of a slow start by LSU softball standards this season.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this is a team that is very talented. They've struggled at times in the different aspects or divisions of the sport. So offensively, they've struggled at times. Their pitching staff has struggled at times defensively. But when they put everything together, it's what Beth Trina told us. When we just play clean softball, we make the plays we're supposed to make. We throw the pitches we're supposed to make, and we get timely hitting. They can run with anybody, and they've shown that here against Oklahoma in this series.
Yeah, we saw it also the last time we were here 2 weeks ago against Texas A&M. Reminder, a team you're going to see in Austin at Lone Star Showdown as soon as we're done in Baton Rouge today. And then previously at #1 Tennessee on the road. Garcia's 1 for 2.
Heavner doing such a good job. I actually loved also what Beth Trina, talked about her being such a great teammate. She's just a good matchup against the Sooners. 6 of the 9 hitters for Oklahoma are left-handed, and it just plays into the lefty Heavner with her spin, that curveball in the outer half, ability to mix speeds.
Yeah, she came in that first inning after Salora got the start, and things settled down almost right away. I mean, a 4th spot put up then. Here we are on the top of the 5th. OU still with those same 4 runs, and that's it.
Well, and if you look throughout this series, Oklahoma's only scored in I think it's 3 or 4 separate innings. So.
No, game 1 it came in the 7th and 8th frames.
Correct.
And yesterday it came in the 7th. And then today just in the first.
Yeah, so four different frames.
We have good memory. That was just right off the top of our head.
A lot of numbers and statistics right jammed in here between the ears.
Tried to be jammed from this side of the broadcast booth. Yes. Payoff is fouled away and right over the net into the first row. Oklahoma fans well represented this weekend, as you would expect for a team that is really in the midst of a dynasty. And we saw that at the hotel. You got the big hat on board, which is great. Love the big hat.
Love the big hat.
Impossible to ignore.
It's great shade on a day like this.
Oh, yeah. Healthy cut by Garcia straight back.
Garcia also so good at getting rid of pitches that are close to the zone. It was kind of a half-hearted swing, but just, trying to get rid of that rise ball. Is it close? Is it? I'm just going to foul it off until I get something I can really sit on.
Teamwork makes the dream work, and OU, the entire dugout right at that opening. Hit hard off of first base, and it drifts into right field. Oh, Garcia aboard for the second time.
Garcia does such a good job of hitting the ball inside out, but this one she gets around. It's a pitch on the inner half, and she just explodes that barrel through the zone. It goes off of the bag. No opportunity for Tori Edwards. Looks like she was going to maybe be able to pick up the ground ball, but off the bag for a base hit.
So with one away, Garcia at first for Cassidy Pickering. Oh for 2 this afternoon. Thought she had a hit in the third inning. Replay overturned it. Bang bang call at first. 1-4-3. Off the glove of Heavner over to Daniel, and the stretch by Edwards at first base. This one's going to be a knock into right field. Garcia at second. Quick toss into third, and the Sooners in business.
Pickering with this lefty-lefty matchup has been tough on her. A pitch on the outer half, that's a curveball away, and you can just see how early she is getting around this, the extension she has off the end of the bat on an outside pitch that she's able to loop into right field. First hit of the series for Pickering.
Isabella Emmerling, 0-1. Senior out of Martinez, California. Hit by a pitch in the first inning. Came around to score.
Emmering with 11 home runs herself. She can bash the ball just like a lot of these Sooners, but the last of 5 hitters in a row for the Sooners that all have double-digit home runs. So, you know, it's just kind of a juggernaut as you look at their lineup to come through. You've got Wells, Parker, Garcia, Pickering, and Emmerling, all of them double-digit home runs. Just so much depth to this lineup.
To center field, retreating and unable to make the grab. It is over the wall. You mentioned the power. Her 12th lone ball this season.
And that is a rocket ship. That ball barely got over the fence. It goes out at 80 miles an hour exit velocity off of the bat. This is a pitch that comes in at 69 miles an hour out of the hand of Heavner, and that is a backdoor curveball. And just look at the load, the explode, the extension, and that ball just jumps off the bat. Again, 80 mile an hour exit velocity. Great job by Lassiter. She almost grabs that just beyond her reach, but a 3-run shot for Emmerling, her 12th of the year.
7-2 OU. Third home run of the game and of the weekend. 132 now in the season. I was literally getting ready to ask you the question. Oklahoma at that point at 131 home runs, now at 132. How high can that number get to this season?
I think they absolutely have the potential to take a look at that. 26 with Wells, Garcia, Parker, Pickering, Emmerling, and then how about Alyssa Parker? She's not even playing today. She was the starting pitcher yesterday and also plays some third base. She also has 10. But I think that number, to answer your question, Roy, I think they're going to flirt with 200. I mean, it's astronomical. And they're going to have to do that through the SEC season, which is going to be tough. But you can just see the way that ball explodes off of their bats. I think they're going to make a run for that.
JT Gasso helping orchestrate this Oklahoma offense. A 4-run outburst in the first inning, 3 on the board in the 5th. Bayani takes ball 1. And the Sooners back in charge. Bayani, the BYU transfer. Daniel, nifty glove work on the move.
Sierra Daniels has been very, very busy. So Daniel just getting it done. She has been all over that middle infield. Another high hop, but look at the way she's going to perfectly glove that. That is all about excellent glove work. A lot of times we call them pre-pitch fundamentals or pre-practice fundamentals, where you're really working glove work, short hops. Sierra Daniel getting it done.
Sydney Barker blasts this one high into the sky. Yeah, the hand-eye coordination required to pick that as cleanly as she did. Phenomenal.
And be able to, Agbayani is a fast runner and she is left-handed. So to be able to get that pick, transfer, throw over to Edwards, looking at that complete play, being able to make that in about 2.7 seconds. That's why people love to watch fast pitch softball, because that is such a quick developing play that there's no hesitation, there's no bobble, otherwise the runner's safe.
Right. And Daniels made a number of solid plays.
Solid.
2 balls and a strike to Sid Barker. She's captain of her volleyball team also at Rockland High School in Rockland, California. Patty Gasso's roster, you look at this OU franchise, if you will, they recruit the country and beyond, it feels like.
Yeah, I love the way you call them a franchise. They are. I mean, they go out and they have the ability to pick the best of the best.
I mean, it is a dynasty for Patty Gasso. The 8 national championships. And the years in which OU doesn't win the title, they're right there. They'll be again right there this season.
Well, if you look at what she's done with this program, they won their first national championship in the year 2000, and then there was a little bit of a dry spell. Picked up a second and third with Kaylani Ricketts and company in the early 2010s, and then just has been on a roll since 2020. There's 4 national championships back-to-back. Never done in our game.
The 4-peat.
The 4-peat.
It's just fun to say.
100%. But it is a dynasty, just like there's been dynasties in other sports.
Five-run lead, top of the 5th inning. 2 outs and the payoff in the dirt. And Barker trots down to first. Heaver now at 83 pitches. Came on in relief in the first inning of CC Salura. And here's Abby Dayton.
It's just the first walk of the game given up by Heavner. A couple of hit batters, so the 3rd free pass, but she's done a good job of controlling that strike zone. A couple of hits in this inning before the home run.
Popped up shallow center. Daniel is right there behind the bag to make the play. Here come the Sooners. Isabella Emmerling, her 12th.
12th come out of the year with an exit velocity of 80 miles an hour. How about the Sooners? 132 home runs on the year. They are mashing.
If you're just tuning in on ESPN, you're seeing softball. You need some context of how dynastic OU has been over the years. Those 8 national championships starting at the turn of the century compare very favorably. Let's go with the Patriots. Michelle in the NFL. The Bruins, UCLA on the men's side with the great John Wooden. And, of course, the Connecticut women, Gino Auriemma, 12 national titles. Chance to win number 13 this year. And for Patty Gasso, the Hall of Famer, looking for her 9th this campaign. But right now, Oklahoma is in that conversation with all of those franchises as a franchise itself.
Absolutely. It is amazing to see what she has built over the years. 32 of those, I believe you said. I mean, she has put her heart and soul into this program. Her son JT now coaches with her. Melissa Lombardi was a longtime pitching coach before she went to Oregon. It is now Jen Rocha, who came over years ago from Florida, where she won a couple national championships with Tim Walton before coming back to Oklahoma. So it's amazing what she has built. And there's her son JT, who's the hitting coach. You can tell he's always talking hitting. See, he's using his hand like the barrel, so he's talking about getting that extension. And
never stops.
It never stops. And if you ever watch him do that, the way he motions his hand, it's inside the ball. Always the barrel of the ball, the barrel of the bat you want to hit on the inside of the ball, not on the outside, not around the ball, because then you play into the pitchers being able to pitch around you and basically play with you as a hitter. When you let that ball travel and you hit that barrel inside the ball, there's nowhere for a pitcher to hide. And you see the best Major League Baseball pitchers in the world. Those baseball hitters hit that way. Softball, the same thing. It's the diamond sports. And he's just done an excellent job of teaching that really strong offense for Oklahoma.
2 balls and a strike to Sierra Daniel, active over at second base now. Ball 3. Uchenyo gave up the 2 runs in the second inning on back-to-back home runs from Edwards and Lorenz. Everything else has been lights out with those 7 strikeouts. And a full count to Daniel. Well, she was so good last year in the circle in Oxford for Ole Miss.
She's got a lot of different tools she can use. Primarily seen a rise and change up today.
The way that she delivers the ball, there's almost like a mechanism that happens as she pitches that I find fascinating. I also would think it's extremely distracting until you're used to it as a hitter. Comes parallel across the body, as you see, and then delivers.
Yeah, part of that is keeping the ball in the glove, trying to hide the grip. But when she does come back, she shows a little bit. But that is pre-motion for pitchers is always extremely unique. And as a pitching coach, it's interesting how when I work with pitchers, I'm like, it's got to be efficient. You can't tip your pitches because that's where most hitters will pick a pitcher. As you can see, so she hides her grip, off to the side, comes back. But it is a thing, and a lot of it too is also, you're building momentum within your body before you leave that pitching rubber. A lot that goes into pitching. Scientifically, they say it's the second most, along with the golf swing, they're 1 and 2, the most difficult athletic movements to really master.
Well, the golf swing is impossible, so putting it in context along with that
yes.
tells us all that we need to know. And the free pass issued to Sierra Daniel. Lone Star Showdown coming up. Game 3. Keegan Cavan, the most outstanding player last year, the Women's College World Series for the champion Texas Longhorns. Against Texas A&M down in Austin. Looks like a bright sunny day.
Yeah.
In the Lone Star capital, one of my favorite places to go. Oklahoma fans don't want to hear that, but food is good. The weather typically isn't bad. Tori Edwards is 0 for 2.
I think last year's national championship to Texas was probably almost a thorn in the side. The Sooners didn't 5-peat, and then it went to Texas, so I'm sure there was A lot of eyeballs on the Sooners this year, hoping they can get back to that Women's College World Series and contend again.
Is there any such thing as extra motivation?
Exactly.
When you don't successfully defend the four-peat and your rival wins it? We shall see. Edwards is a native of Flower Mound, Texas. Wells tried to frame it on that outside edge.
Edwards just struck out her first at bat on the rise ball, second at bat on a changeup. 3 of them throughout that count. See what you can do here behind 1 and 2.
.93 tosses in for Miley Wichenio. On the outside corner, belt tie and the strikeout. The 8th of the game for Miley Wichenio.
Third strikeout of the game for Tori Edwards. Wichenio just going right at Edwards. Pitch on the outer half. It looks a little out, a little up. Generous call for Wichenio to pick up her 8th strikeout.
2 away. Daniel remains at first base. And popped up to shallow left. Garcia, the shortstop, makes the play. 5 innings in the books and a 5-run lead for Oklahoma.
Exclusively on ESPN, 40-plus NCAA championships. Confetti rains. Nets are cut. Joy erupts. Hardware is hoisted. History happens here on ESPN, home of NCAA championships.
You take a look at the last 4 champions, Women's College World Series title holders. Texas last year, the 4-peat that we discussed previously with the Sooners. Before then, UCLA and Florida State. So the last couple of years, it has been an all-SEC affair. OU and Texas in the Big 12 before last season, and then UCLA and FSU before that.
Yeah, it's good to see some parity, passing that trophy around the country.
Top of the order, we'll lead things off for Patty Gasso's club. Back to Kai Minor. 2 for 3, double and a single her first 2 times up. Just a freshman, starting in center field, 5 hits this weekend. Good pop off the bat, you'll see it there, but the ballpark will hold it. Lorenz in left. We talked this weekend about Jaden Heavner and her belief that failure leads to growth and future success. Freshman All-American performance last season, and now will be charged to help get LSU deeper into the postseason this go-around.
Well, you have to remember last year she had Sydney Berzon, who is now a Sooner, helping her out. She was not the ace. She's now the one that you circle when you're prepping for LSU. She's the one that everyone's setting their pitching machines to with their movement, the velocity, getting prepared to face that spinny pitch out of the left side from the sophomore. That's a big responsibility.
Berzon over in the Oklahoma dugout. We saw her yesterday in game 2. Excuse me, swing by Kendall Wells. What is the upside for Kendall?
No.
I mean, it's scary to think about it.
It is scary to think about it. I mean, there's opportunity for her, if she stays healthy, to make a run at Jocelyn Allo's home run record.
Wow.
Yeah. Allo had 30 home runs as a freshman. Kendall is already at 26 with, what, 20-ish games to go, not even including the postseason.
Scary.
Remarkable.
Wells from Georgia, North Oconee High School. We talked about it yesterday. Was a standout softball player and basketball player in the prep ranks. Averaged a double-double on the hardwood. Mile high again. Lorenz. Back-to-back plays in left field. Number 1 Texas starts a big 3-game series against number 7 Alabama next weekend. Friday night's matchup on the SEC Network. Coverage begins at 8:30 from T-Town at Rhodes House. What a scene that will be. Top 10 showdown between SEC superpowers.
I'll be there. Can't wait. It's going to be a good one.
I'll be tuned in on the way to Arkansas. A couple of games against Auburn next weekend.
Arkansas has been playing Florida tough. I mean, that's a team that's been kind of under the radar a little bit. Looking forward to seeing them. They've been having a good year.
0-1 to Parker. Belted foul. Picture perfect Sunday afternoon. The capital city. Baton Rouge has been the focal point in the college sports universe, it feels like, this past week with Kim Mulkey's team. Unfortunately for LSU fans, bowing out to Duke in just one of the wilder game-ending shots you'll see. The NCAA tournament. And a new head men's basketball coach, Will Wade, comes back after 4 years. Well, that just had everybody talking in a number of different directions, which we won't get into here. And then Beth Torina's team ranked in the top 20 in the softball rankings. The latest update. Team playing much better, more consistent as of late. Trying to steal this series at home against powerful OU. 3-1 win last night after a 3-2 setback Friday night in a game that was there.
Yes. Well, they had the lead going into the top of the 7th. Oklahoma was able to take the lead. They tied at the bottom of the 7th. I mean, that was a game you go back and look at. It was an opportunity for LSU to win game 1.
.95 pitches for Huebner.
Huebner was outstanding yesterday. 99 pitches through 7 innings, giving up 1 unearned run yesterday.
Glove pops. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crowd getting a little antsy here. Trying to get the offense back up to bat. Good crowds at Tiger Park all weekend long, and Parker sends this one to deep left, and that one's gone. The long ball and the deep sauce with Ella Parker, her 16th.
And Roy, another perfect example of letting the ball travel, pitch on the outer half, and hitting a home run opposite field. Not trying to pull it, not trying to get around it. Ella Parker had grounded out. She'd been left right side heavy. This is a curveball in the outer half that she is on time for. Look at the way that she's going to hit that, get the barrel to extension, and the ball just jumps off the bat. 78-mile-an-hour exit velocity. That solo shot for Ella Parker, just bashing that out of the yard for her 16th home run of the year.
Fought off a couple of pitches. Very patient approach in that plate appearance. Number 5 in crimson delivers 8-2. And just a small taste of what this Oklahoma program is all about.
So 4 home runs today after not hitting any in game 1 and 2.
Garcia was swinging for the fences, foul territory. Franklin is there. Little collision with the sidewall. No problem for Alex Franklin. OU adds to its lead. It's now 8-2.
Miley Wachenio has been outstanding in the circle today for the Sooners. Her rise ball has been popping, getting underneath that pitch. But the one that really makes the difference is the changeup. She has the ability to throw that pitch about 56 miles an hour. It's got great downward movement. And when she throws it often and effectively, it sets up that rise ball. 8 strikeouts for Wachenio in the circle today.
Sophomore from Pala, California. Ole Miss transfer. Big reason the Rebels were able to get to the Women's College World Series a season ago. And now with the Sooners, another weapon, the arsenal for Patty Gasso, Jen Rocha. And phenomenal start today. Ripped foul by Kylie Edwards to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th. If you're tuning in expecting to see Texas and Texas A&M Game 3 in Austin, that has started on ESPNU. We will get you there as soon as we are done in Baton Rouge. OU had its 22-game win streak stopped dead in its tracks yesterday in the Game 2 loss here at Tiger Park, and aiming to start a new one after that first SEC loss. All smiles in the circle, rightfully so. Fly ball deep left. Dayton drifting back. That one is gone. Edwards, 3 home runs this weekend, 2 today.
Kylie Edwards is getting it done, swinging a hot bat. The unfortunate part for the Tigers is that nobody's been on base for her, so her second solo shot of the game today. Moutinho's been so good with that off-speed pitch, but she just sits on it, and you can see Moutinho immediately knew that that ball was leaving the yard, as did Edwards. 6th home run of the year for Edwards.
Started all 59 games a year ago at Mississippi State at shortstop, right there at LSU in that same spot. And Lorenz went back-to-back with Edwards in the 2nd inning today. Love to do that again. 8-3.
Moutinho, being a rise ball changeup type pitcher, does give up the long ball. 12 coming into today, 3rd of the afternoon, so 15 on the season so far. And you know, that's one of the things that comes with living upstairs in that zone at times. Nice curveball in the outer half. Working to develop some of those pitches a little bit lower in the zone, try to keep the ball in the park.
And Michelle, that was on pitch 101 for Miley. Let's say she has given Patty Gasso exactly what the Sooners needed today after that 4-0 lead, 1 inning in, and just has stayed the course.
I think the other thing that really helped Moutinho today is her offense came out, put 4 runs up on the board in the top of the 1st inning, and that immediately makes your opponents have to swing. And as a rise ball pitcher that likes to live upstairs, it's better to throw to an aggressive team. It's just easier to move that ball around and do those swing and misses because they have to swing the bat. They can't keep the bat on their shoulder in order to try to catch up to you.
And as a pitcher, you know that, and that 100%. I would argue changes a little bit your approach early in a game like this.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that your opponent is going to have to swing the bat. They're going to have to take that bat off their shoulder, and so it allows you a little bit more wiggle room to be able to use your movement through the zone, that rise ball at the top of the zone. And again, it's a fine line between what's a strikeout at swing and miss and what's a pitch that goes out of the yard.
And the strikeouts, Lorenz was halfway down the line towards first. Instead, it's strikeout number 9 on the punch out delivered by home plate umpire Ronald Burkhart.
This is an off-speed pitch. You can see the way that Moutinho is going to come off, is going to flip it out, so it's got that really good tight spin. And I think LSU's trying to say that that's a low and it's a hold. It's not a swing. So that's where I think that Lorenz is thinking that she drew the walk. Instead, it's strike 3.
That's a big call after the home run by Edwards with no one out, trying to mount a comeback here.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they didn't ask for help on that. And I think the umpire must have said he called it on the pitch, not on the swing.
I think so. Moutinho working quickly now to Macy Bergeron. Nine strikeouts for number 99 in crimson. Bergeron 1 for 2. High cut, make it 10.
That rise ball, when it is moving and effective, it has just been outstanding today.
The NCAA Women's Championship continues tomorrow night with 2 more Elite 8 matchups on ESPN. Also on the ESPN app, Big Ten versus SEC. 2-seed Michigan, the 1-seed Texas. That one's up first at 7 o'clock Eastern, then TCU and South Carolina at 9. Chance to go to the Final Four. Plenty of star power. Think about Madison Booker, Olivia Miles, Joyce Edwards, Raven Johnson. Just the tip of the iceberg. All those brands going toe-to-toe and a chance to win a national championship. Riley Johnson will pinch hit now for LSU. Place of Destiny Harris. freshman out of Virginia. Little taste of summertime today with the sun beaming down. Official beginnings of spring going back to last weekend. It's like you turn the page and you go from frigid, ice cold, gloomy weather, and then all of a sudden, wait a second, it's almost 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Slight breeze. Gets a little toasty. Not a bad thing at the end of March.
I feel like there's been a lot of that this year. Like cold to hot, and then hot back to really cold.
We call that the fake spring in South Carolina, and then the pollen comes.
Yes.
Jen Rocha out of the dugout. That breeze blowing in now at Tiger Park. This is a pitcher-friendly venue, correct?
Typically, yes, and the breeze starting to blow back in now. Usually holds a lot of deep shots. Look like they're going to leave the yard, but they do not. They stay in. Although today, that has not been the case. 4 home runs for Oklahoma, 3 for LSU.
Yeah, you were giving me a couple of nudges yesterday on some long fly balls, and I feel like every time I got the nudge, the ball stayed in.
Yes.
Meanwhile, today, no nudging and everything is left.
Exactly.
Activity in the Oklahoma bullpen. And Lowry.
Audrey Lowry, who actually Coach Gasso has said is our #1. She mentioned it. Lefty, sophomore. She's been outstanding. She got the start in game 1.
Now really came to Norman as one of the top recruits in the country back in 2024. That fall, 6-0 last season. Tremendous talent in the circle. Patty Gasso said about Lowry earlier this year, I almost feel like she's a professional pitcher. She's grown into that role with a level of smartness and craftiness. She's always been a hard worker and very gracious. Humble potential star.
And she's a lefty. Patty Gasso has won a lot of her national championships with lefties in the circle. Being a left-handed pitcher myself, I think these are very smart decisions.
Yes, of course.
Recruit lefties.
Ricochet off the mask, and Wells will regroup for a moment.
We've seen a lot of good lefty spin here in this series between Lowry for Oklahoma and Heavner for LSU. Obviously a little bit of a better setup with Heavner, the lefty for LSU, going up against a lefty-heavy lineup offensively for Oklahoma. A little bit tougher job for Audrey Lowry. LSU just one of the 9 hitters left-handed.
Play Johnson straight away with Shane Yo the payoff. High chopper fielded cleanly. Emmerling gets it done over at first base. Nicely done. Top of the 7th coming up, a 5-run lead for #3, Oklahoma on the road. Moments ago in Austin, Michaela Wark, her 15th home run of the season, and the Aggies on the road with the early advantage against #1 Texas in that lengthy winning streak, currently leading the country, and Wark touching home plate as the fighting Texas Aggies try to secure a Game 3 win after the Longhorns won the series by taking those first 2 matchups. That game currently airing on ESPNU, and they're calling Baton Rouge right now for the former Oklahoma Sooner in the circle, Peyton Monticelli, the senior now for head coach Beth Torina.
Monticelli with those 36 strikeouts and a little over 31 innings. It was a very heavy ball. Has good velocity. She'll be in the upper 60s. Will touch 70 miles an hour at times. She likes to work up in the zone. She's got a good rise ball, fastball combination for her heat, and an off speed that she will throw once in a while.
8-3 lead for OU. And the first pitch settles in low for ball 1. Peyton Monticelli. Cassidy Pickering. A couple of quality ABs her last 2 times up. After a slow start by her standards. Humble, Texas native. If you're from Humble, do you have to be humble?
No.
No. That was a quick response. I like it.
Absolutely not.
Cassidy says she'd be playing volleyball if she wasn't playing softball. She's the number 16 recruit in the country. And a long hit streak and on-base streak end Friday night. 13 and 32 games, respectively.
Well,
just foul.
To your point, the struggles in this series are real, absolutely, for Cassidy Pickering, but don't let it fool you. It is not the season. It's only been the last 3 games. She's been outstanding this year. Typically hits in that leadoff spot. Just such reach and power from that left side.
Chopped over to first. And Tori Edwards. 3 unassisted. Tonight, the final UFL kickoff weekend matchup. The Columbus Aviators take on the Orlando Storm. 8 Eastern right here on ESPN, also on the ESPN app. An eventful week 1, nearly in the books. The United Football League, the access unparalleled. The in-game interviews, legendary. My good friend Cole Kublik had head coach Ricky Prohl of the St. Louis Battlehawks emotional last night in his return home and his first career victory as a head coach. Michelle, the hardest part about those broadcasts is you hear everything, but it's also brilliant because there is nothing left to the imagination with the play calls and the sounds from the field.
Yeah, definitely an inside look at the game of football.
You watch football on occasion.
I sure do.
We appreciate that.
I do watch more softball, however.
And that's also a great thing. This time of year, I watch more softball as well. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th. And the Sooners go back to the bench. Lexi McDaniel got the start at first base yesterday. Get 1 more plate appearance in Baton Rouge this weekend here.
I do love the concept. They're going back to hearing the play calls live. I'd love to hear the pitch calls live because you can't make an adjustment, right? The hitter, it's not like the hitter can find out, oh, like what's being thrown. So there's no advantage to your opponent, but it's an inside look to the game. Okay, was that supposed to be a rise ball? Okay, that was supposed to be a rise ball, but it was down at the knee, so you know it was a missed pitch. It's just interesting what would go on if you actually could hear all that, the nuances of being in the dugouts or on the field.
I am buying what you are selling. Give me a mic'd up Monday. Let's make it happen. 0-2. Monticelli has to feel good against her old team. That was coming right for you.
It was. I was ready for it.
Have you ever caught a foul ball in the broadcast booth?
I caught one last year. Texas at Oklahoma at Love's Field.
Wow.
Katie Stewart hit a ball off of the top inside part, and it came in. It would have mashed my monitor, but I caught it. It was quick, and I took the ball down after the game. I had Katie sign it.
Very good.
It was
Keep
awesome.
that in the home office.
That's right. But it did. It was heading for a very expensive monitor, and I just threw my hands out there and caught it.
Just reacting.
I did.
The pro that you are. Ball 2. A friend of mine one time went to a Major League Baseball game, caught 2 foul balls in the same game.
Wow.
I can't tell you how many games I've been to in my life or called in my life. A diamond sport. Never caught one. As a fan, as a broadcaster, catch 2 in one game seems unfair.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is interesting how it doesn't happen often in all the years that I've been broadcasting. I have not. I've reached for quite a few. But.
Big day for OU, trying to win this series on the road in the rough and rugged SEC. And the strikeout, Monticelli leapfrogs out of the circle, hop, skip, and a jump to retire the side. Tigers down to their final 3 outs, trailing 8-3 when we come back to Baton Rouge. Eight, 10-0 for third-ranked Oklahoma. 3-5-0 for number 20 LSU. Tigers down to their final 3 outs. Power surge for both teams in this game. 7 of the 8 runs scored by OU via the long ball, and for LSU, all 3 via the home run. Incredible start today for Miley Wichenyo, and attempting what she hopes will be her 3rd complete game if she finishes this one out with a season-high 10 strikeouts, Michelle.
Yeah, she's been good in the circle. She's really done a great job of mixing her pitches. That rise ball's been very effective. But I think part of the reason that rise ball's been effective is that changeup has been on point. There it is again, showing up on cue, coming in at 57 miles an hour.
And a first plate appearance today for Avery Hodge, 2-time national champion at Oklahoma. So we had Monticelli top half of this inning with the strikeout. Hodge against her old team in the bottom half to lead things off. See more of those stories now in all sports, where players face their old team, sometimes in a big moment, sometimes not. Certainly always big in their minds. Senior out of Richmond, Texas, and Hodge over to Garcia. 1 away. Sooners 2 outs away from their 34th win of the campaign, 8th SEC victory on a Sunsplash Sunday afternoon. Back to the top of the order, Jayla Lassiter. She's had a good weekend, 4 hits overall, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd frame today. And LSU demonstrates again these 3 games, Michelle, that it's going to be a tough out. And they have the talent to beat anybody on the schedule. Ask Tennessee, ask OU. And there's still some work to do to get to where Beth Torina hopes this program can get to by the end of the season.
Yeah, they've definitely got the credentials. You look at that full body of work, which the selection committee will, assuming if they don't win the SEC tournament. They've got a lot of key wins. They've got that strength of schedule, number 8 in the country. And all those statistics bode well for this program to have the opportunity to obviously make the postseason and potentially host. You know, you want to be in that top 16. It's a great place to come. The fans come out, and it's part of the equation as well.
Ball and a strike to Lassiter. Make it 1-2.
Lassiter is so good in that leadoff spot. Her last time up, she charged that ball out to right field. Ella Parker did a good job of running it down, but she's had a lot of pop. Home run in game 1.
You can hear the pop of the mitt. 2-2. Chenio has been relentless in the circle.
A little something extra on that rise ball. See if she tries to come back with a changeup here. Sometimes you overthrow a rise ball, something hard and high. Try to sell it to set up the change, something soft and low. Goes a curveball on the outer half.
You pitchers are always trying to set us up.
Exactly.
The brain never stops working.
Never. You're always thinking 1, 2 pitches ahead. I'd throw this to throw that to get the strikeout on the 3rd pitch.
You were throwing pitches in the 1st inning to set up a hitter in the 5th inning.
Absolutely. You definitely do that. You think that far ahead. Second, 3rd time through the lineup when you're seeing someone. It's the fun part of pitching.
Season high 123 pitches. Miley Wachenya. Lassiter fights off another one right off the hands.
Great battle by Lassiter.
Lassiter, the classic table setter. The top of the order for head coach Beth Torina. And a quality AB results in the free pass.
3rd walk of the game given up by Wachenya.
If you're Patty Gasso, what's the thought process here? She's already thrown 125 pitches. We saw Lowry staying loose in that Oklahoma bullpen. I would assume she wants number 99 in crimson to just finish this thing out.
Yeah, 100%. As you work through the season, you want your pitchers to be able to go longer, deeper into games.
Shallow left, diving attempt by Garcia, no, and LSU. Runners at 1st and 2nd.
Second hit of the game for Daniel. She's been a gem at that second base position and now flares one into left field. Great effort by Gabby Garcia trying to lay out for that.
Full extension there. So now things get interesting. 2 aboard, just 1 away, down 5. Here's Tori Edwards. Struck out a couple of times today, but kind of swing and the kind of approach that can change things, the feel of this one in a hurry. Strike 1.
2 of the 3 strikeouts that Edwards has has been on the rise ball, the other on the changeup.
Well, how big were those insurance runs added by Oklahoma?
Big time.
Even that one an inning ago. One more base runner and things starting to tighten up considerably. Chenio delivers, and Edwards offers.
Boy, and right now, Tori Edwards is just not seeing the ball out of the hand. Not being able to identify the pitch. It can be difficult at times when you get into that scenario as a hitter.
10 strikeouts for Miley Chenio. Good take for ball one. Season high in that department. And aiming for a complete game with 7 strong innings. The rally bubbles are trying to do their thing here late. Wind continues to blow in here at Tiger Park.
I was going to say the rally bubbles gave you a good idea of which way the wind was going. Yeah. And that was definitely inward, not outward. Great job to fight back, though. Tori Edwards down 0-2. Fights back to full count, 3-2 here.
And all of a sudden it feels like a big moment and a big pitch late in Baton Rouge. Let's see with Chenio. And the payoff, a called strike 3, and Edwards is retired. 11 strikeouts for Miley Chenio.
And this changeup is just devastating. It's slightly elevated, but it's a good pitch. You could see immediately Kendall Wells gets excited behind the dish for that changeup coming in. 4 strikeouts in the game for Tori Edwards. You don't hear that very often.
Texas and Texas A&M coming up as soon as we are done here. Down in Austin. Alex Franklin's 0 for 3. Would love to extend that toss potentially to the Lone Star State. Just a few more minutes. The clutch plate appearance here. Inside, backs away.
Chenio with those 11 strikeouts. That pitch count now 135th pitch coming. Still popping the ball at 68, 69 miles an hour.
It sounds as loud as it has all game. 2-1, so you've got Franklin up to bat. Meanwhile, Kylie Edwards in the on-deck circle with her 3 home runs this week and 2 today. And she is seeing it extremely well from Chenio with what we've witnessed.
Yeah, this is the out to end the game that Chenio really wants to go after.
Glove pops at 69 for ball 3. Dare I suggest we may have seen a pitch like that today called a strike.
Yes. A bit of inconsistency.
Full count and LSU down to its final strike. Franklin has to hop back into the batter's box. Edwards in the on-deck circle. Every game has experienced some kind of late inning drama, and this one no different. Albeit Oklahoma with a 5-run lead. The payoff. Back up the middle for a base hit. Rounding third, coming home is Lassiter to make it 8-4. Clutch AB for Alex Franklin.
Great job by Franklin.
And we mentioned Kylie Edwards, the hard-hitting shortstop. 3 home runs this weekend, 2 today. Both of the solo variety, and no doubt shots off the bat of number 6-7 for LSU.
That second one off the changeup. Chenio that she has thrown so well today.
Jen Rocha and Patty Gasso out of the OU dugout. 4-run game. The tying run moves into the on-deck circle.
And this is more of a teaching moment. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. This is more of an opportunity for Oklahoma to go out and really talk about what they need to do or possibly make a pitching change. I think more so at times you want to leave your starter in, let her work through this. You know, sometimes it's so easy to pull pitchers and not allow them to work out of jams. At some point late in the season, as a pitcher, you have to learn how to close that door when the pressure is on.
So here we go, the matchup we love to see at this late hour. Edwards has been on fire with Chenyo with 11 strikeouts. That's her season high. 2 runners aboard in a 4-run game. LSU down to its final out. Char Lorenz in the on-deck circle also has a home run today. Edwards takes up and away for ball 1. Did you get annoyed with those in-circle meetings in a moment like that, or were you embracing those conversations?
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with them. I didn't like when coaches would come out mid-count or late in the count. I was more of a rhythm pitcher. I think a lot of pitchers are. You know, when you come out and you've got 3 balls on a batter, it's like, oh, come out after. Next batter.
The 2-0. Ball 3. Does Edwards get a green light here?
I think no, because even a 3-run shot, you're still a run behind.
Edwards, a brief conversation with home plate umpire Ronald Burkhart.
I think she was asking, that wasn't up.
Everyone antsy at Tiger Park. Full count. LSU again down to its final strike. Edwards talking to herself out of the box for a moment. And the Tigers not going away quietly here in game 3. (3-2) with Chenyo. Serve foul.
Good job by Edwards just to get rid of that pitch. It's a hard curve on the outer half. She may have been sitting changeup. She was late to that ball, just getting rid of it.
What about now? Been a wild weekend in Baton Rouge. 3 closely contested games. The payoff, just grabbing a piece. Out of the mid of Wells was Edwards. Transferred from Mississippi State, wanted to stay in the Southeastern Conference. Lands in Baton Rouge. It was her first visit out of the portal. And all that she needed to see was right here. Trying to keep her team alive. Edwards to right field. Parker charging and makes the play on the move. OU wins this series 8-4, our final score. And that whole plate appearance and final sequence, a microcosm of what this series was all about, Michelle.
Yeah, it's just a lot of battle back and forth. Great job by LSU to play pitch to pitch with Oklahoma. Oklahoma coming into a tough environment and winning the series, even though they dropped their first SEC game.
8-4, the final. The Sooners get it done. That 22-game win streak no longer, but the series victory on the road with Parker making a nice play on a ball that was slicing away from her on the run.
Yeah, well hit ball off of Edwards' bat, and Patty Gasso has said it that Ella Parker has been outstanding, not only with the bat but also in right field.
Michelle Smith, I'm Roy Philpott. Our final score once again 8-4. The Sooners win the series in Baton Rouge. Coming up right now, let's get you to Austin, Texas. The showdown between the Aggies and the Longhorns. Matt Schumacher, Amanda Scarborough.